And we're live, dude. We are fully live.
Live as live can get.
So I've said this before. I don't have the luxury like Zach does to take weeks off from the podcast, but we finally got him back on here.
That would be called Thanksgiving. So
that's what it is. Thanksgiving.
So
how was your Thanksgiving?
So what you're telling me is you don't believe in Thanksgiving?
Oh, I 100, dude. I gained probably 10 pounds this past week.
Okay. All right. So don't be coming at me about I don't have the luxury of taking a week off. I know what you were doing. It's okay.
Well, I was deer hunting, and I was eating. 100%.
Oh, I know you were. You were down there. You were hunting, and Granny was sitting there feeding you all kinds of food, and you were doing nothing else.
She was. She made so much, Zach. And I put a post up on the Facebook page saying, hey, Colin Kaepernick, I just wanted to post this and show you that white people eat sweet potato pie too.
Oh, my God. You just had to do it, didn't you?
Yeah. 100%. So, Sly Dog, we appreciate that. He is going to go bring some more people into the room. And for those of you on Facebook watching this, we do this on Podbeam live as well. So I'm monitoring 2 different comment sections. Now, those that are listening on Podbeam, we're going to be uploading the video portion that you get on YouTube and Facebook onto Podbeam as well, so you can actually watch it there. It will just be a recording of the live version. So, but we got a lot of news to talk about, Zach. A few different things. The biggest one, MTSU's going to a bowl game, baby.
That's right. Katie brought that up and told me. She was like, they're going to the Bahamas. I'm like, they're going to the Bahamas.
Yep.
And they lost, I don't know how many games. But they did. I'll hand it to them. They cranked it out at home. I was very impressed with all the home wins.
4 home wins out of 5. And then
Solid.
They got 2 road wins.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I've always said Conference USA is one of those things where anyone can win in that conference. You get the 1 or 2 good teams every year, but everyone can kind of beat each other. So,
yeah.
People think, the SEC and the Big 12 and all that stuff. There's a lot of good football in these lower Group of 5 conferences. In fact, Cincinnati is looking to break into the playoffs this year. But
yes, they are.
Yes,
they are.
Just to honor MTSU, I got my Bahamas Bowl jacket on.
I forgot. You got to go to the Bahamas. I forgot about that.
Got my Bahamas Bowl ring on.
Oh, wow. Are you so fancy?
Oh, yeah. I just had to show it off to everyone.
I bet you did.
Playing a football game in the Bahamas the week leading up into the football game is freaking awesome. You stay at the nicest hotel. You got the casino. You got the beach. You got everything. But the football game itself kind of sucks. The field that you play on, it's a turf field. It's a soccer stadium, big stadium. And it was almost full. Shockingly, those Bahamians showed up to this game. Like, there was a lot of people. But
Was it really?
Yeah. But the field, Zach, was like this black sand. And it was just, you were so dirty after the game from not doing a whole lot. It was.
Hey, when you went, you guys actually stayed in
Atlantis.
What's it called? Yeah, the big resort.
Yep.
But the other team.
Both teams did.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's 2 halves to Atlantis. There's 2 big buildings, and then at the top it's connected. You've seen the picture, right? It's got like the arch.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So each team stays in one half of that the resort, and then in the middle you have the casino and everything. So like, you just come from a different side, and you're basically hanging out with the other team the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, you're all kind of intermingled in, yeah. But so I wanted to talk about that. Now, the other thing I want to start with this video, and we're gonna go ahead and play this video, Zach, for the people that haven't seen it yet. I'm just gonna play the last maybe minute of it. I'm going to go ahead and put this up. And what this is an advertisement. I saw this on Facebook today. This is an advertisement. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and play it for the people that are watching on Facebook real quick.
Now make sure you preface where you believe this is from if you didn't, research it and figure out exactly what country it's from.
I'm not gonna say anything yet.
Oh, okay.
All right. So that's the video. And I don't think I even got it on the podcast because I didn't. Damn it! I didn't Hold on. We gotta play it again. I'm still learning, guys. Give me a break. This is all new to me. All right.
He's not what you would call technologically advanced.
Absolutely not. All right, let me go ahead and play it now. For everyone that didn't already see it.
Vi fikk tak i litt assistanse i år, så jeg kan være sammen med deg.
So that is Santa Claus, by the way. We're gonna lose so many freaking followers, I think, as soon as they see this.
Why?
I don't know, it's just probably not what you expect from this show.
Why not? I mean, I didn't expect it when you sent it to me.
So that...
I mean, no,
That's the video. That's a commercial, okay? I believe out of Norway. Now, I saw that on Facebook today. And here's my comment on this, Zach. Santa is 212 years old. All right? He's been married to Miss Claus for 190 years. Wouldn't he fucking know if he was gay by now?
no comment. That just, yeah.
I mean, think of all the presents that Santa has delivered over 200 years. All the people he's made happy. He would have likely found another bachelor besides some fucking rando in Norway 200 years later, right? Like, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
I mean...
I honestly, I literally don't have many words for that commercial.
My problem with this, Zach, is that everything now has to be gay. Everything has to be
it
gay.
doesn't have to be. It has to fit. It has to fit somebody's narrative. That's my problem.
My problem with this, Zach, is that
like to make somebody else feel
everything now has to be
comfortable.
gay. Yeah.
Somebody
Everything-
decided
Well,
to. It doesn't have to make this.
Yeah, well, it is. Like, you go on Netflix, it's all gay.
Yeah, Netflix has gotten pretty bad.
It is. Every show on Netflix has someone that's gay in it. Do I have a problem with gay people? No, absolutely not. But the problem is that when we make it seem like everyone is fucking gay. Not everyone is gay. Not even the vast majority of the population is gay. You're taking a character that has been alive for over 200 years and married to Mrs. Claus for 190 years, and all of a sudden he's out making out with some rando in Norway. He would already he'd been gay. He would have already known. Okay, it's a problem that I don't have a problem with gay people at all. But I have a problem when you force it down our throats and you make it seem like 50 to 75% or 90% of the population is gay, and they're not gay. Santa Claus is not gay. Why do we have to change it? Why is it not okay for him to just be married to a woman? Next thing you're going to know, he's going to be filing for divorce with Miss Claus and marrying this rando in Norway. And we have Mr. Claus. We have another fucking Santa.
I was going to say something, but I'm going to keep that comment to myself. No, I'm going to keep that comment to myself. We got double team Christmas.
Well, we already had to listen to people getting all pissed about Thanksgiving. Here's the Zach. Now Zach's Native American. Zach, what tribe is your mom from?
Oh man, I couldn't tell you. It's somewhere from the southeast. That's pretty much what I know. I mean, we never really got super deep into it. I just know that I have Native American in me.
Is it
might be like Cherokee or something. Again, I don't know. My mom never did the paperwork or anything of that nature.
So, I know I have a little bit of Cherokee in me, and not as much as you. Obviously, I look like I'm freaking straight from Ireland, the motherland of Ireland. But over Thanksgiving, we saw how it's an oppressive holiday. Now, last I checked, Squanto and all them, it was the Wampanoag tribe, all got along with the Pilgrims. They all got along. So,
wait a minute. Well, and my question to you would be this: as far as, because you threw the word out there, but you said it's an oppressive holiday.
Yeah, they're saying because of the relationship with white people and Native Americans that's it's a bad holiday. It's not.
Right. But my thing is this is what I'm going to ask you. And it was interesting. This question was posed to me over Thanksgiving, and it was kind of an obvious answer, but before the Pilgrims came to America, I'm assuming that everybody, blindly believes that there was no slavery or there was no killing or there was no, whatever it may be among the American Indian tribes.
There was.
No, I know that. And that's what I was getting to. I was like, but the thing about it is that, sure, the Pilgrims came over and, they did what they did and they had American Indian slaves and, all the bad stuff that happened. I'm there. I know it happened. But my thing is that it happened before the Pilgrims got here. But
it happened while the Pilgrims were here too. By the time the Pilgrims were here, the entire west of the United States had not even been touched, and they were still roaming with all the regular Native American tribes that were out fighting each other and killing each other and enslaving each other. The Comanches were brutal when it came to that.
Yeah.
Like, we want to act like, okay, the white people went and had war with the Indians. The only difference between the white people and other Indian tribes that they were warring with is the white people had guns.
Huh.
It is. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
What is the difference? And they also had smallpox too. We can go down that route as well. But that's just true. It is, because that's how a lot of the native tribes died off. But to say that, the white people are any different for coming over here and taking land from the Native Americans, well, they were doing it with each other for 30,000 years before that.
Yeah. Believe me, I'm with you.
So it's kind of like the liberal media. It's okay to shoot someone with a fucking bow, but it's not okay to shoot someone with a gun, right? Because it's just different. Dead is dead. Just like a 9mm is different than than a AR-15. It's not as deadly. Like, that's the stupid ass logic that they tried to play during the Rittenhouse trial, and it's not. It's war is war.
Agreed.
There's no difference. So, but the problem I have is that Thanksgiving started when the Wampanoags and the Pilgrims got down and had a feast. They actually fasted beforehand, and then they had I think it was a 2-day feast, and they got along. They had like a 50-year peace treaty. So the holiday itself is not based off of any kind of violence. And there's a lot of Native Americans that celebrate it. A lot of them.
Well, and every American celebrates it too. Because everybody likes having the day off.
Well, apparently not every American does.
Let me ask you this question. The ones who didn't, were they at work? Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay, there you go. That's a great point. People that talk about Christmas, they talk about whatever holiday, the 4th of July, they bitch about Thanksgiving. They complain about costumes on Halloween, but they all celebrate it, or they all take the day off. I mean, I can't believe that people are saying that Thanksgiving is an oppressive holiday. You're fucking crazy. Just like Joy Reid had the audacity to say that race was created in the United States.
I never knew that.
And then she goes on, get this, she says race is created in the United States, and then she goes on after this to say that it was created by the Europeans that went to Africa and got the slaves basically and brought them over here. Well, theoretically, then race wasn't fucking created in the United States. It was created when the Europeans went to Africa and did whatever they did over there, before they came to the United States. Here's the other thing. Slavery did not start in the United States. Slavery has been going on since the beginning of humans. And race has been a factor since the beginning of humans. The Romans had slaves. The Greeks had slaves. The Egyptians had slaves. In Africa, they still have slaves. Am I saying it's right? No, it's fucking wrong. Slavery is terrible. It should not exist.
Correct.
At all. But when you start saying that it started here in the United States, no, it did not. The idea had to come from somewhere, and it came from civilizations far older than the United States. The United States isn't even the last country to practice slavery.
Well, and just like we were talking about, I mean, again, before the Pilgrims came here, there were American Indians, lots of them. And, I mean, again, I'm not a history buff, so I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming that they enslaved each other. That's just kind of...
The Comanches went and took in the people, so they went and conquered tribes, and they went and took in the people that they conquered. They kill off the men and the women and then take in the kids and stuff. They had people from all different tribes in the Comanches.
I can believe that.
Genghis Khan did the same thing. Genghis Khan, go look at him. I think I've mentioned this on the podcast before. Like 75% of the Earth's population is related to Genghis Khan.
Really?
Yeah. Some crazy number like that. Because he's out fucking everything that walked. That's going to get us kicked off of Facebook.
Yeah. Probably will.
I'm gonna see this live stream end immediately after saying that. But the censorship thing, Zach. My TikTok account got deleted. Damn it, Zach.
What?
I uploaded 3 videos onto TikTok, right? From the time I left Murfreesboro and got to the cabin in Alabama, which is a 5.5-hour drive. I had 1,000 new followers and 100,000 views. I didn't post a video for like 3 days. I wake up and it says, your account has been banned, and they fucking deleted that shit.
Really?
Straight up deleted it. No appeal, nothing. You know what the video was they deleted it for?
What?
I criticized Rachel Maddow.
Oh, I don't even know who that is.
She's the gay host on MSNBC. She had a tweet, Zach, that went back to the January 6th riots. They caught some guy with a loaded pistol during the January 6th riots. And it had to be was it Taurus Judge, the Taurus Judge, where it shoots the 410 shotguns and the 45 ammunition. It can shoot both.
I think so.
She says that the revolver was capable of shooting shotgun rounds and hollow point rounds. I actually have a video on the Facebook about this. She says, but the gun had 2 in the chamber. So I was laughing at her, saying that they spend $30 million a year.
2 in the chamber.
Yes. Sorry, my
Okay.
food's here. Cal's making all this noise. Hey,
Dang, did he bring me my milkshake?
no, he didn't. But
Wow.
I said, shut that door. I said, they're trying to convince, they pay Rachel Maddow $30 million a year to convince Americans, the majority of which own guns, that there's a fucking firearm out there that can hold 2 rounds in one chamber at the same time. That's not a good business decision. That's literally what the video said, and it had a picture of her tweet, and it got fucking banned. The whole account got banned. Not saying that the account didn't have like 4 other violations beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
But good.
I've got to say that's impressive. Again, that's just that shows people's
Kyle.
lack of knowledge when it comes to weapons and pretty much anything that deals with. I don't know how else to put it other than weapons. That shouldn't be talking about it.
Well, so that's the next thing I want to talk about. Kyle, shut this door. The next thing I wanted to talk about was firearms, Zach. I like talking about firearms because I feel like I know a little bit about them. Obviously, it's all right. He didn't think. Just shut that door.
Oh, speaking of firearms, hold on, sidetrack for a second. So I know you went hunting in Alabama. I was at my parents' house and I went hunting there.
Yeah.
And my dad has a whole bunch of deer that that walk behind his property because of where he lives.
Yep.
And nobody ever hunts there.
Got my milkshake.
And whatnot. And I was sitting inside watching TV, and he called me. He goes, "Hey, come here and look at this." And I'm like, "Nah, there's no deer out there." There's a deer sitting on the ridge, and it was a doe, it was a grown doe, and she was, for the lack of a better term, of age to be shot. And so I roll up to, roll outside this front porch with Katie's new 6.5 Creedmoor that her dad gave her, and I took a shot from my dad's. I did.
Not Katie?
No, it wasn't her. I got a little too excited. I should have let her shoot it. But yeah, it was me.
I guess.
It's a nice little 185 yard shot.
That's a hell of a shot. So
it was.
I passed on a
good
real
one.
big buck this week.
Wow.
Yeah, a real big buck. Because I was waiting for big brother to come out because they run together. It was a 9 I was looking for, and then I passed on the 8. But what I want to get back to with the firearms, though. Zach, did you know that a Magnum condom is responsible for more deaths of children every year than a firearm is in the history of the whole United States?
That.
Huh?
You would say some BS like that.
No, I'm dead serious. I am 100% serious. I looked this up.
That can't be an actual statistic that people.
Well, it is because you can go back and look at how many abortions there are.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you look up how many of those were due to a contraceptive failure, which is 50%, and 25% of those were due to a condom malfunction.
Huh.
You just do the math. But that's a conversation we don't want to have.
Oh my goodness.
So, and I was kind of mind blown with that, but when you take it into perspective, it's true.
I mean, yeah, technically, I guess.
No, not even technically. Like numerically, it is.
Yeah.
If they go in to have an abortion, they say, okay, what's the reason? We had a failure in a contraceptive. Okay, they're gonna ask, okay, was it due to a condom? Yes. There. You mark down your numbers. You get your data pool. You go back and you look at how many children have been killed by a firearm. every year and add it up in the history that since they've been keeping score. And 1 year of failed condoms, Magnum condoms, outdoes, it kills more children, responsible for more deaths of children than a firearm is in total.
I mean, I can't argue with you.
I mean, it is nothing to argue about.
You're right.
It's one of those things. It is what it is, but we don't want to have that conversation.
Yeah.
So, just food for thought. Now, have you seen you heard about the new variant, new COVID variant?
There's another one?
Yep. Out of South Africa,
What?
Omicron.
What?
Yeah, the Omicron variant.
The Omicron variant. Now it sounds like we're getting into. Did you ever watch that show called Futurama?
Yes.
You remember the Omicronians? Like
No.
they were an alien race?
No.
Yeah, that was an alien race in Futurama.
Really?
Yep.
But Omicron is O in the Greek alphabet.
Okay, that's fine.
That's
I'm
why you
just
get
saying
Alpha,
in
Delta,
that
Bravo.
TV show, there's an alien race called the Omicronians.
But that's what. Well, I can see where it reminds you of that, all that crazy shit. But that's like way out in the future. Hell, we're already at O. It hadn't even been a year.
Right.
But that's where they get the alpha, betas, all that. That's where O is. This is Omicron. So in South Africa, they have this new variant. Now the state of New York, or either the state of New York or New York City, has declared a state of emergencies act.
Again?
Hold on. For the Omicron variant, but they have had 0 Omicron variant cases. So they put up a state of emergency. Now, Joe Biden pulls some gangster ass shit this week.
What?
Yeah, he put. This is a TikTok video I made too. He implemented the only policy I've ever agreed with him that he's done. You know what it's called?
Yeah.
It's called the Dumb
What?
Fucker Act of 2021.
What?
The Dumb Fucker Act of 2021.
And what is that?
The Dumb Fucker Act of 2021 states that only a dumb fucker can implement a travel ban from an African country because of a COVID variant, while at the same time leaving the fucking southern border of the United States open where 250,000 illegal immigrants can come across at will every month and not get tested for COVID. You understand? So back in the election last year, Biden hammered Trump for his travel bans.
Yeah.
Some of which were in Africa that he called racist because Africans weren't able, because of the travel bans, migrate to the United States anymore. He said they were racist. He also called Trump a xenophobe for having a travel ban on China because of COVID. This asshole gets rid of those travel bans, then goes and implements the same fucking travel ban that he called racist because of the same reason that Trump did. Because of COVID.
That's
The only difference between the two, it's not racist. It's just, so, I agree if there needs to be a travel ban, there's a travel ban if we're trying to keep it out. But the problem is travel bans don't work. Okay, it doesn't work. The other problem I have is that Trump was trying to shut down the Mexican border as well and regulate who's coming in and out. Biden leaves that shit fucking wide open. Hell, he didn't just leave the door open. He took the fucking door off.
Oh man.
So what's
That's
racist?
funny.
You have Biden saying the N-word about Satchel Paige. You have Biden's racist history, and now he's got a travel ban on an African country that's a predominantly black country because of COVID, but he's going to let all the people in on the southern border. So it seems like Biden's policies are actually geared more towards hurting black people, if you can make the case.
Oh my gosh.
You
Okay, well,
that's called
don't make
mainstream
that
media
case.
spin is what I just did.
Don't make that case. Don't be that guy. Okay.
That's called mainstream media spin is what I just did.
Is that what it's called?
I mean, I basically just took certain things that he's done and hasn't done and played it into a racist talking point. Is it geared by racism? I doubt it. I think he has a reason why he put the travel ban on South Africa. The fucking problem is if you do something here, you have to uphold the same kind of policy on all borders where COVID is a problem. What is the difference? Why is this variant any worse than any other variant? In fact, I think it's not as bad from what the little bit I've read on it.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we worried about Omicron when you have the fucking, how many letters are before O variants? Okay. And Mexico has been crushed by COVID, but we're going to let all of them come in. In fact, we're going to pay them $500,000 if they come in and we do something to hurt their feelings. So not only did we take the fucking door off, let everyone come in, and then fucking pay them for being here, why would you not uphold that same thought process when they're bringing over the Delta variant and the Alpha variant and the Beta variant and all the fucking every other variants that we have, and you're only going to ban South Africans from coming over because they had this new variant?
That's my other question is how have we gotten to O already? The only other one that I've heard of is the Delta variant.
I don't know. That's just what they called it. I don't know if there are any other variants other than those two. It just seems like a weird leap from D to O.
Delta to, yeah.
Unless all the other letters are racist and that's why they can't use them. It's probably what the reason is.
Oh my gosh.
But that, again, I call it the Dumb Fucker Act of 2021 is what that is. Let's ban this country, but leave the border wide open. And not test, and not only not test, but like be blatantly open about not testing the people coming across the Mexican border. Jen Psaki, in a press briefing, has actually openly admitted to a very direct question about, are you testing the people that are coming in illegally? No. There's video of it.
I believe that. So
why, like, can I not, how the fuck can we fathom the fact that it's like he just wants to show people that he's doing something. Hey, we're doing something. We're on top of this.
Yeah, but are they actually doing something? I guess that'd be my next question.
Well, they didn't do anything new because all they did was re-implement a ban that Trump had already imposed. A lot of the stuff they've done has actually just gone back on stuff that Trump had in place. If he was smart, he would have just left it all in place. If it went wrong, he would have blamed Trump, and if it went right, he would have taken credit for it. That's what I would have done. For the whole Trump economy, if he was smart, he would have just rode out the Trump economy, not messed with a thing. If it crashed, he blames it on Trump, and if it freaking goes up and booms and everything, he takes credit for it.
Yeah, that'd have been smart.
I mean, hell, he doesn't get up and he answered a couple questions today, actually, on this.
Did he?
Yeah, I didn't listen to him because he stutters and stumbles most of the time anyway. But, yeah, he answered a couple questions. He called on his people that he had pre-picked. He had his little note card. All right, I want Zach Lopez. Okay, from MSNBC. What do you got to say? It would be so funny is I guarantee they pre-screen the questions for him too.
Think so?
Yeah, what I would do if I was a reporter is I'd go in and I'd give him a question. This is what I'm going to ask. And then I'd freaking have a whole new question. And I'd
It's called cheating.
It's not cheating. And then I'd wait for him to say, whoa, that's not what you were supposed to ask. And just catch his ass red-handed.
Oh my gosh.
He's the one cheating. He's the one that knows the answers already.
You're right.
I'm the one coming up with the questions. There's no cheating for me, but that's what they should do. And it'd be funny if like 2 or 3 of them did it. They would lose their White House privileges so fast. But yeah, Sarah, I 100% agree. But let's go back to. So, and if you haven't been listening, what we discussed is Thanksgiving being oppressive. We have firearms killing more people or less people than actual condoms do. Zach wasn't ready for that statistic that I threw at him.
That I was not. Nope, you got me on that one.
And we have Santa Claus turning gay. After 212 years of being alive, in 2021, he decides that it's okay to fucking be gay. I wonder if Miss Claus saw that commercial. I wonder what she's thinking right now.
She's probably just laughing, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, that guy was too skinny to be her husband.
Oh, you made a fat joke. That's terrible.
I mean, Santa Claus is fat. At least that's how they portray him.
No, he's filled with joy and happiness.
But that's why he's so fat, because he has so much joy and happiness. Is that why he's gay? Because gay means happy, right?
Supposed to.
It is.
It's supposed to. I'm pretty sure that's what the definition used to be. Unless that changed too.
Sorry, I'm just replying to Sarah's comment here. Disney has a black Santa, she said. So, okay, is Santa black? I would say no, because he lives in the North Pole.
Whoa. Hold on. Take a time out.
Go ahead.
Now, again, everybody's view of Santa is depicted by whatever movie or story or book.
You're right.
Or whatever it is that they read.
You're right.
And and we're all grown adults here, so I'm not going to ruin anything for anybody. But since we know that Santa is a fictional character, Santa can be, he could be Asian, he could be African American, he could be South American, he could be a lot of different things, just depending on where you're from.
You're right.
I will say this: in the United States, Santa has always been portrayed as a white male.
Well, again, that goes back to whoever. There's, again, you have so many
who created
different cultures. Yeah. So, but if we're gonna go based off of there was an actual Saint Nick.
No, yeah, no, I'm with you.
And I wonder where. Let me see where he was from. We could look that up.
I believe it was Northern Europe, if I'm not mistaken.
He's of Greek descent.
Okay, Greece. I apologize. So it's still Europe, but not Northern Europe.
Well, hold on. Is this the right Saint Nick here? Yeah, Saint Nick, Santa Claus. He's actually a lot older than what I said, 212 years. Okay, so he's almost fucking 1,900 years old, and all of a sudden he wants to be gay. He's been able to put up with Miss Claus's ass for 1,900 years, and now he's tired of her? No. No, I'm sorry. If you can put up with someone for 1,900 years, you probably got a pretty good relationship going on.
I would say so. That you guys learned how to tune each other out real well.
Or she's okay with him being out making out with Norwegians.
Maybe. You never know.
It's like a don't ask, don't tell policy, but now someone's told on him, and she's got to watch it.
Jesus.
Now she's pissed.
Yeah.
So it says he is from Turkey.
Turkey?
So I guess he could be, darker skin, darker complexion. Yeah. Okay.
There's potential.
I was thinking he was like Norwegian or something. He was in the North Pole. That's what I was thinking.
Again, that's based off the story.
Hold on, let me finish this response. Okay. So, free cookies, man. The live's different because I go and I start reading the comments, and I know it's a little bit delayed, but I read the comments, and I have to monitor the Podbeam comments as well. But I actually like the live because I like the video portion of this, because then people aren't just listening to me talk shit. They can put a face on the shit talker.
Jeez.
But
you want them to see your face?
I don't know. I don't want to scare anyone.
I wouldn't want them to see your face. I don't even like seeing your face.
Jack, I know you can't see my face right now, but I have not shaved in like 2 weeks.
Oh, I bet it's the tiniest little stubble scruff ever.
No, dude, I got a good beard growing in.
You ain't got a good beard growing in. You ain't had a beard since I don't even know when. I've never seen you with a beard.
No, I got a good beard, and I'm not gonna shave it until Monday, or not Monday, Wednesday.
I think you should wait until New Year's.
No, absolutely.
I
not.
think you should just let it freaking rip and roar right out of your face until New Year's.
Absolutely not. Not gonna
You're
happen.
such a wimp.
Nope. This shit is off on Wednesday.
Why? That's so boring.
Nope. So, did you also, now let's go into this. Did you see the Waukesha?
The what?
The what happened in Waukesha 2 weeks ago, where after the Rittenhouse verdict, the guy drove an SUV.
Oh yeah, through the parade.
So you know Waukesha is the same county that Blaine's from.
Is it really?
Yep.
That's wild. Good old saddles.
Yep. Now, when you listen to CNN and MSNBC, you know what the title of their articles are? An SUV runs into a parade of children or whatever, killing 5 people or 6 people and wounding, 50 others. An SUV.
Okay.
When Kyle Rittenhouse shot those 3 guys, they said a white supremacist kills 3 people at a Black Lives Matter rally. In fact, a lot of people thought that the people he shot were black.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
So
a lot of people
SUV
thinking
kills
that.
people. So I want to lay down some logic here. If the left thinks that guns kill people and SUVs kill people, then why was Kyle Rittenhouse on trial for murder? Because he obviously didn't kill a fucking thing. Because the gun killed him. Just like the SUV in this case killed people, not the person that was driving the SUV.
Yeah.
You want to know something? The person that was driving the SUV was black. Okay? You go back and you listen. He has raps on YouTube that are extremely racist. Where you have literally video of him singing these lyrics. Extremely racist. And his rap sheet, Zach, is freaking pages long. He was also a registered sex offender in the state of Nevada. So this isn't like a, clean sheet, 17-year-old kid trying to help the community out. No, the left does not have logic, Sarah. But they say the SUV killed people. And this is also why I wanted to talk about firearms today and why I brought that statistic before, right? Guns don't kill people. An SUV has a better chance of killing someone by a malfunction than a firearm. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. You can be driving down the road and have something happen with your car, but usually it's because of a maintenance issue. Person didn't take care of the car, right? Or they were texting and driving or drunk and driving. So objects don't necessarily kill people. It's usually human error. I have yet to see an MSNBC or a CNN article that says that this guy, Daryl Brooks, I think his name was, killed anyone. There's yet to be an article. Only the object kills someone. That's my problem. An object doesn't kill someone. It's a fucking person that killed them. We just blasted in some bullshit trial a 17-year-old kid for defending himself and made him put the last year of his life through hell. And now we're going to make it seem like this person wasn't even a part of it. If you're going to treat someone one way, you got to treat them all the same way.
Agreed.
Now, I have no problem with not saying something because you're waiting for the facts, but you can report on what you know. And what you know is that this person has rap videos that are racist out, that he was out of jail, Zach, because they gave him $1,000 fucking bond. Now, he's a felon, not just a criminal, not just misdemeanors. He's a felon. Sex offender, all that stuff. He had $1,000 bail. You know what he was out on bail for, Zach?
What?
Running his fucking girlfriend over with the car.
So he's just a vehicular homicidal person.
Yeah, so he ran his girlfriend over with a car, then gets $1,000 bail, and then goes and runs a bunch of kids over. Those are things you can report on that you already know. Now, what you can't report on is the reason why he did it. Maybe whatever happened, I don't know, right? Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. You can't report on the reason. Just like they were saying Kyle Rittenhouse was a murderer. They're reporting on his reasoning. He showed up with an AR-15 just to shoot those people. But they won't report on why this guy did it. I don't have a problem with saying, look, Kyle Rittenhouse shot 3 people. The details and the facts are yet to be seen. You know, we're still getting that out. So his reasoning, we don't know, but it looks like self-defense in the video. That's fine with me. Because that way you avoid all the defamation suits that you're about to go through with this. But with this other guy, they say that Kyle Rittenhouse is a murderer the whole time. And he's proven. They still fucking say he's a murderer, even though he's been acquitted. And they don't even mention this guy's name. They just say the SUV got pissed off and killed people. I mean, I had never met a murderer SUV. But I've seen a lot of people that are murderers.
I've never met an inanimate object that can do that.
It usually takes some kind of human error. Shit does happen. Shit does happen. You know, with certain objects, you know. But for the most part, it usually takes some kind of human error. I wasn't really going to speak a whole lot on the Waukesha deal because I want to try and avoid.
I'd say you might want to wait. You might want to wait until more details come out about that one too.
You're right, but that's why I said the reasoning, because the details that are out that we do know 100% true is the ones about the guy that did it. Okay, so you can kind of, again, I'm not going to go into why he did it. I'm not going to say why he did it. I'm just going to say that he's a bad fucking guy. And it would have been avoided if we didn't give him only $1,000 bail. And that is a left policy that AOC and all those idiots want to put into play by not having excessive bail. You see, when you have bail, they're supposed to take into consideration your past record, if you're a flight risk, you know, are you a violent person? He checked all of those boxes. All of those boxes. He should not have been out of jail. But he was, because AOC and all them want to let everyone out and not think about the
repercussions.
Exactly. And now look what happened. Because regardless, even if he was just drunk, and that's a stupid thing, that's murder too. Let's just say he was fleeing away, or the freaking tire fell off the car and he swerved and hit the parade, right? Let's just say he was supposed to be doing. Regardless, it would have been avoided if you didn't let him out of jail. Because he should have never been out of jail. As soon as you become a registered sex offender for pimping, I think it was, freaking underage girls. I think that's what it was. I need to go clarify. But so take that with a grain of salt, what I just said. But you shouldn't be out of jail, period. In fact, I've openly stated on this show my viewpoints on certain sexual crimes, like the Josh Rosenbaums of the world and what should happen to them. But I hate that. I don't mind people having different opinions than me, but god damn it, have some freaking logic. Don't tell me a gun is gonna kill someone and then try me for murder when I shoot someone. Don't threaten to take away guns because they're so dangerous. The object is not dangerous, it's a tool. A hammer is dangerous, put in the wrong hands. A condom is dangerous, as I just said, used improperly by the person.
Yep, you're right.
For those of you that didn't hear me before, Magnum condoms are responsible for the death of more children every year than a firearm has ever killed in the history of the United States. So, you know, we only want to pinpoint certain things. We want to pinpoint certain things that go with our agenda. Like, oh, we want to get rid of firearms. Oh, we want to get rid of, whatever. Oh, we're gonna make you take the vaccine, which are already calling for everyone to get a booster because of this new Omicron variant, Zach. Less than 6 months. If they want you to get a booster, if you were vaccinated before June 1st, we're not even in December, so that'd be less than 6 months, or about 6 months. So 6 fucking months, I gotta get another shot.
You don't have to.
Well, I'm not going to. I'm not going. The only reason I would get another shot is if I have to get it to go to Australia for whatever reason. It'd be the only reason, because I have no choice in that situation. Okay, but if it's not needed by them, I'm not getting it. So this is our life now. We gotta get a freaking vaccine every 6 months because the government wanted to pay for it. And I want to say this too, and this is off topic, about the TikTok thing, Zach. And I'm gonna I made a new TikTok account, but I'm gonna make my video today, and I'm gonna straight up say it: fuck China, fuck them. See what Facebook has to say about that too. I don't understand.
My gosh.
I don't understand how Facebook and Twitter and all them give a shit about China. Because China only suppresses what they want. They want people to be on the platform. And if China is going to suppress... I don't even think you can have Facebook in China. So if you have a country that is willing to suppress the people that are on your platform, that are running your business for you, and making you rich, why the fuck would you like them? Doesn't seem very smart.
Well, you shut down my idea. I was about to say, because, they have the most people...
But they don't. I don't think you can have Facebook in China.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think you can.
I don't know. You got me.
Now TikTok's different as a Chinese platform.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm on TikTok saying fuck China. Yeah, see, Facebook was banned in 2012 in China, if I remember correctly, says one of our viewers. So I didn't know the exact details, but I do believe you're right. Look, I do this because I want to say whatever I want to say. People aren't going to agree with me. They're not going to like the way I say it. I'm all right with that. I have Facebook right now saying they won't monetize my videos because I don't follow their community standards.
Guidelines?
Yeah, but Facebook will let me upload my videos. They'll let me get 150,000 views on the videos.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm directly uploading it to Facebook, right? Now, YouTube, when I try to do a link to YouTube or whatever, they don't like that very much. It's very hard putting it on the page now. But they let me upload my videos all day fucking long on Facebook. Really?
And get all my views that I can get. Right? But then when I hit their monetization standards, they don't want to do it. They say, I don't follow along with the guidelines. Why the fuck didn't you tell me the video didn't follow along with your guidelines when I uploaded it? And you, because they go through and they look at the video before it goes up. They can tell you immediately, there's a copyright issue, there's a, we don't like this, we don't like that. I have had videos up for the last 3 weeks now, 4 weeks, making fun of elected officials, and you want to tell me now when I hit your monetization standards that you don't want to pay me because it doesn't go along with your community guidelines. Shut up. That's not, I can't wait till I have 1 million followers. I'm not saying that has ever happened, but it'd be nice. I have 1 million followers and they have no choice but to pay me because of how many people are listening to me talk shit. That'd be my dream. I'm not saying I'm ever gonna get near that. I don't know if there's 1 million people out there that are gonna like the way I talk, but if for one reason we had 1 million people listening to shows, Zach, and I got big like that, I would just laugh so hard the fact that Facebook would have to pay me.
I don't know what I would do at that point in time.
I'd still talk shit.
You would, for the lack of a better term, you'd be famous.
Yep. And so if I got banned, then I could take it on the Fox News crying about how I got banned and I'm going to another platform and maybe half of them would follow me over there. So I'd have some kind of leverage.
Yeah?
Yeah, now they could just ban me and I'm just a fucking smudge wiped off of their fucking website.
Oh my
It,
gosh.
it doesn't matter now. So, guys, invite everyone to the page. All right. If you think they're conservative, invite them. Let's try and get up to 1 million followers, and let's try and take Facebook down. Let's try and make them pay me for talking shit.
Oh my God.
But and surprisingly, YouTube hadn't said anything yet. Now it's different because TikTok was fine, but when I hit the monetization stuff for TikTok like in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, the followers and the views. Hell, I hit the view count in a day just by making fun of AOC, even though they took the video down. And then that's when they start hammering me on my videos. It's the time that it comes out, oh, now we got to pay this guy because people are actually viewing his stuff. Now they don't want to. So they want you to bring people onto their platform all day long. They don't care how it goes. You have underage girls shaking their ass on TikTok. I've seen these videos, Zach, that like this one girl is talking about. I saw one. It was like, oh, when I asked for a fishing buddy, what I mean, and she's like on a boat, and all of a sudden the camera goes to like her like being, taking it from behind, like they're implying it, and I'm like, all I did was make a video that said a retard butt fucked a monkey, and that created AOC, and you ban my shit, but you have these girls that they don't even know are 18 years old. That are making videos like this, and they're paying them a lot of money. I'm not hating on women that are shaking their ass on TikTok and making a lot of money, but we all know that some of these girls are not 18 years old. Okay, a lot of them are sexualizing themselves, which is against their community standards on TikTok. And I go and I make fun of a fucking media person that makes $30 million a year, and I'm a nobody. Me making fun of her does nothing. Or I make fun of an elected official and I get banned. And then you don't even give me a chance to like explain it. All their appeal is when you appeal it, it's like a set message like, hey, I think this is wrong. Hit the button to appeal. Facebook has no contact information. I can't contact them and say, hey, how can I make the page better? And abide by your standards. Nope. They just ban you and to hell with you. And when people say, oh, well, Facebook's a private company, wrong. It's private in the sense that it's in the private sector, but it's a publicly traded company. I own part of Facebook. That's right, motherfuckers.
I own part of Facebook.
I do.
My name is Michael, and I own part.
Approximately 12 shares worth. Bitches.
Is that right?
Yes.
Dang, you made any money off of that?
Yeah. Made a bunch of money on it.
That's
the only
good.
reason why I haven't gone the fuck off, because their stock keeps going up.
Oh, yeah? So it's positive for you right now.
Yeah, but I hope that shit crashes. I'll take the hit.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I am. I'm a 12 shareholder. I have voting rights in the company. If you buy stock, you have voting rights in the company.
Is that so?
Yes. No, you better own a lot of damn shares to have any kind of pool, but you still have voting rights.
Huh.
That's what people don't understand. It's a publicly traded company, which means that Zuckerberg isn't even he's a majority shareholder in the fact that he may own the most amount of shares. In fact, I don't even think he does anymore. Probably some mutual fund does. But it's not a private company. A private company is like this podcast. No one benefits from it other than me and you. Right? That would be if it were a business, because we don't have shares, we don't have anything like that. A sole proprietorship is it? If you don't have investors and it's just you and you're the only one benefiting, that's a private company. If you're publicly traded on an exchange, you're a publicly held company, which means that you have shareholders that don't agree with the shit that you're doing. A lot of shareholders that don't agree with the shit that you're doing. Problem is, most people don't realize that. If all of the Facebook people that didn't agree with what Facebook was doing, if all the shareholders on Facebook didn't agree, and they showed up to the actual meeting and started voting, it'd probably be a different turnout. They'd probably have some changes made. And then speaking of this, Jack Dorsey, who is the CEO of Twitter, Zach, stepped down today. Or says he's going to step down.
Really?
Yep.
I wonder why that is.
Jack Dorsey is the guy that looks like Osama bin Laden with a beard. I don't know if you've seen a picture of him. I don't know why he's doing it. Probably, I think they were trying to get him out last year because he didn't have very good growth, revenue-wise. Because if you think about it, Twitter is the smallest, as far as market cap goes. They're the smallest social media platform, I think. At least
Are they really?
Well, when you look at it like, or a tech company, when you look at it compared to like Facebook or YouTube and Google and all them, right? They're way smaller, way smaller. So they have a lot of upside potential. The other thing is that, I mean, how many people really use Twitter anymore? I didn't use it a lot until I started actually doing the podcast stuff again. Other than that, I just had the account and it's been sitting there for however many years. Twitter used to be really big back when we were in college.
Yeah, I remember when Twitter started.
Yeah. So, but he's stepping down because they haven't been doing that great. You know, they have a lot of upside, but the problem is, what do? They censor people.
Mm-hmm.
They're left. Everyone gets so worried about what people say. Just let them fucking say it. If they're not threatening to kill people, you know, let's let people talk. I've used the expression before. Would you rather be walking through the woods and see the rattlesnake out in the open, right? Or have it covered up in the fucking leaves and shit where you can step on it because you don't know it's there?
I would rather
Which
see
one's
that
more
thing
dangerous?
from a mile away.
Which one's more dangerous? If we have so many races, what is more dangerous? The closet races that are going to make decisions like our fucking politicians that are going to make decisions based off of, you know, things that you think aren't racist, but they're really fueled by racism, but they're playing the game that they're not. Or just let them say what they want. Let them say their stupid shit. You know who's dumb, who's not. And you know what's fueling the decisions that they make. Same thing with people out there. Would you rather know when you go into a job interview that a boss is racist up front because he just talks the way he talks? Or would you rather him play all nice and everything like that and then treat you like shit when you get hired? There's a problem with censoring people. Just because people say things that you don't like to hear does not mean it's a bad thing.
Agreed.
It's actually a good
People
thing.
have
I
a
think
hard
it's more
time
constructive.
accepting.
The guy, Revolutionary Bro, the guy that calls in every once in a while to the podcast, right? Is a black guy.
Mm-hmm.
He gets on. We go back and forth. But you know what the difference between with the conversation that him and I have compared to what the left wants to do by censoring everyone is the fact that we know how each other feels. We tell each other how we feel, and we talk it out. We work out our differences.
You guys respect each other.
Exactly.
There's a mutual respect between the two of you.
But how can you have that conversation if you're forcing everyone to abide by all the fucking genders people want to be called every day, by accepting the fact that I'm racist even when I'm not, right? Or vice versa. When you force people to do things, and Sarah, you're right, straight up honesty makes a healthier relationship all around. 100%. I told Britt, Zach, the one thing I can always promise her is she's going to get my honest opinion. Whether it's about something she's wearing or something that, whatever it is. I don't tell her anything other. You know me. I just usually say whatever's on my mind.
I know.
Okay?
I know.
And I told her, you may not always like it, but you will never, ever question the fact how I'm feeling. If you don't want to hear an answer, then don't ask me.
Yeah, well.
If you think you want to wear this dress, and you're worried about what I think about it, if you don't want to hear the truthful answer, good or bad, don't ask. Because
I mean, that's fair.
So if I think it looks like shit, and I say, oh no, baby, it looks good. What? So I'm just gonna allow her to go out in public with something I think looks like shit? Is that fair?
No, I agree with you. You ain't got to ask me that question.
I mean, it and I'm glad Sarah made that comment because she's right, and it plays on every level of a relationship. It plays on at home with your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your fucking trans friend or your pan friend, whatever the fucking friend you have. Okay, honesty is everything. It goes over to political stuff in the news. It goes into when you have a friend that you're meeting or a coworker. Honesty is everything. This is why football's so great. Is because there's a lot of honesty. There's a lot of honesty. so much honesty that if you can't handle it, you're not going to do good.
Yeah.
So we're softening society when we're forcing people to not be honest. Facebook is fucking softening society when everyone on their platform is being censored or is being protected from people like me that are out just saying what's on my mind, good or bad. That's my argument against it. It is. And you can't deny it. You can't deny that. You can't censor people. If I want to say fuck China, I can say fuck China.
You can censor people, but it comes to the question of should you? And the reason that people say you should, I mean, well, to the both of us, because we both have the same viewpoint on that, is no, you shouldn't.
You shouldn't censor people.
Shouldn't, no.
Trump being taken off of Twitter was the worst thing. Was a downhill slope, because when you think about it, I know people were getting canceled before that, but when they took a sitting president off of Twitter and Facebook, they just took the most powerful fucking man in the world and shut him up.
That's right. All because they wanted to, because they didn't like the words that he said.
Exactly. Because he had some mean tweets. Like, okay, General Milley calls China up saying, hey, we're not going to start a war, blah, 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 commits treason. Okay? Well, maybe if they just left Trump up on Twitter, China could have just gotten that same notion from the shit that he was saying. You wouldn't even have had to have General Milley do that. But censorship is going to be the downfall of the United States. It already is leading that way. Censorship, because they take control. When they take away one freedom, your First Amendment freedom, if you don't back it up with the Second Amendment, they're going to take that. Then they're going to take your Fifth Amendment right, like they were questioning in the Rittenhouse case and remaining silent, right? And you're going to be guilty until proven innocent, which is also what the prosecutor in the Rittenhouse trial was trying to presume, which is not the fact. The fact is that you're innocent until proven guilty. No matter who you are.
That's right.
And you have to be proven. That's what I didn't get. The prosecutor said that, that the defense had to prove that Kyle Rittenhouse had acted in self-defense beyond any reasonable doubt. No, motherfucker. Wrong. Kyle Rittenhouse doesn't have to prove a goddamn thing to you. You have to prove that he committed murder beyond all reasonable doubt. It is up to you as the prosecutor to prove that guy's guilty of whatever he did. Because until then, he is innocent. 100%. That's what makes us so great. But we're gonna go down this role of censorship, a presumption of guilt, and then they're gonna find a way to take away your right to defend those rights.
They're trying to.
We're not even trying to. They're doing a pretty good job so far of it. So, I think we're at our hour mark, and I believe where are we at? Zach, we are our hour mark here. We're over our hour. Wow, yeah. Zach did an hour and 10 minutes with me today, guys. Can you believe?
Well, it's because you don't check your phone.
So, just to go back, Eric Kirk. I apologize, Eric. So I've been monitoring comments on Facebook and Podbeam. So I'm just now seeing yours. Twitter purging Trump was a douchebag move on their part. Yes, it was. And guilty until proven innocent equals fascism and tyranny. Absolutely. And then innocent until proven guilty equals liberty. Yes, it does. We're not the United States of China or the United States or the United Socialist States of America. No, we are not. We are the United States of America. And we have our amendments created by some of the smartest people to ever walk this earth, our founding fathers. And they're there for a reason. It is, Zach, think about the foreshadowing or the forward thinking of when they created the Bill of Rights. Think about that. You had our founding fathers that created the Bill of Rights looking forwards they're still the same Bill of Rights, that 400 years later. How crazy is that? They said you need the right to free speech.
They were the guidelines to a free country.
Yeah. Well, you think about it. First Amendment, free speech. Second Amendment, right to bear arms. Why? Because they just had to fight for their freedom from an oppressive government. But the fact that they were able to implement the first 10 amendments there, I believe it was, and those 10 amendments have not been changed since then. And the other thing, when we start talking about amendments, we do not need to repeal amendments. Amendments are there to add freedoms, not fucking take them away.
Yeah.
That is why prohibition didn't do very well. It is. Think about it. When the amendments that gave black people the right to vote. That is what amendments are supposed to do. They are supposed to grant freedoms to people that didn't have the freedoms beforehand. United States of America is a constitutional republic, as we are technically not a democracy. You're right. We're just not a direct democracy. We're a representative form of democracy, is what I think you meant to say. Yes, we are a republic. We are not a democracy. We're not a democratic government. When you see these people on the news saying, "Oh, we're a democracy," we're not a fucking democracy. A democracy is when you are in a classroom and the teacher says, "Okay, how many people want to watch this movie?" And you have half the class raise their hand, and then how many people want to watch this movie? And a little bit less than half of the class raises their hand. So you go with the majority. That's a democracy. We don't do that. We vote for our officials to go and represent us in Washington. And they vote and make decisions on our behalf. That's a republic. The other reason why we have the Electoral College that goes off of electoral votes and not straight up popular vote is because if you did that, the left would win every fucking election there is. And with the left, or the liberals in California and downtown LA, their needs are way different than the needs of the people that are farming in Iowa. That is why we have the Electoral College, because you give equal representation to people that have different needs across the country in different states. The needs of the people in the rural South and Alabama and Mississippi and Louisiana and all that are different than the ones that are in New York City. So why is it fair that all the people in New York City gets to make the fucking agriculture decisions for the people that are farming in the South and creating all the food? That doesn't sound too very smart, does it?
That doesn't sound too very smart.
Here I am, a fucking Southern gent with my terrible grammar. Talking about how stupid the people in New York are.
that was pretty bad. I'm gonna hand it to you.
Too very smart. Hey, look, I got my fucking point across. All right.
I hear you. You got something across. I don't know what it was, but you got it across.
And all that. So, but that's what it is. When people say, "Oh, let's abolish the Electoral College," no. Because the same people that are saying let's abolish the Electoral College are the same ones saying that gay people don't have rights, black people don't have rights. Mexicans don't have rights, all that stuff. Well, what you're doing when you get rid of the Electoral College is you're getting rid of all of their representation. Because you don't know how the Electoral College works. People want to talk on the Rittenhouse case without watching the trial. They still sound like fucking idiots when they go and they watch, and they say that he's a murderer and a vigilante and all that stuff because they don't want to watch the trial. People don't want to study the Constitution. They don't want to study the Electoral College. They don't know what the fuck the Electoral College is, and they want to say abolish it. They want to say there's a problem with our criminal justice system. They don't even realize that the person that is responsible, at least in California, in putting all the people away for little ass shit like marijuana charges in California is our fucking vice president. And the other guy that has the huge crime bill is our president. They want to blame systematic racism and everything on everything that happens in the country now. They want to blame it on systematic racism. But they don't even want to point out that the fact that the person they fucking voted for is the one that put all that shit in place. Literally. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no speculation around it. He fucking voted on it and helped write the bill. With a segregationist, mind I tell you that too. One of his best friends. This is all open knowledge. Thank God for video. You can go back and watch shit that Biden said on YouTube all the way back to the 80s. And probably before that. The people that are saying abolish something are misinformed or not informed at all. That's what it is. When it comes to the Electoral College or something like that. It's a lack of knowledge. So we're going to end it on that rant there, Zach.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Here I am reading comments again. Or they have an agenda with malicious intentions. Yes. It's that. Look.
All right, don't go off on a tangent.
Okay. We're going to end it there, guys. On that rant. Eric's trying to get me fired up and push this thing on another hour. We don't have another hour, unfortunately, but we will talk about it tomorrow. So, Eric, get on tomorrow and then start firing me up again. So, again, you can watch this stuff, rewatch this stuff on Facebook. Yes, tomorrow. I'll schedule a time. I'm not sure about what time exactly, but you can watch this stuff on Facebook. Also, go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Because if we do get censored on Facebook, that's where all this is going to go. So go subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. The videos will be on there. We'll also have a few other videos. All the TikToks that got banned will be on YouTube, so you can go see them and how freaking stupid they were and how they shouldn't have been banned. But we'll be back on tomorrow, and thanks for watching, guys.